Aloha, everyone! I've just returned from my second viewing of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with the Chesapeake Movie Club this time for the meetup. And I gotta say, I gotta do a spoilers review of this movie. This is gonna be a spoilers review, so you've been warned, there will be spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want to be spoiled, put this video on hold, watch it later. I love this movie so much. After my second viewing, I've decided this has got to be my second favorite movie of all time. This just hits all the right notes for me. It's just, for my taste in movies, it just hits it so well. The humor, I knew this was my kind of movie right at the beginning. When they do their first action scene, when they're fighting this beast from another dimension, and the fight is all happening in the background, most of it off screen. You're just getting glimpses of the fight. In the foreground, you're watching Baby Groot dance. And I'm like, this is my kind of movie. That's like so meta. It's like, hey, the joke's on you, audience. You want to see the fight? Well, we're going to show you a tree dancing instead. Not that I think people don't want to see the tree dancing. That's a very popular thing, I think. But still, I just love that humor. There's referential humor in this. That Peter finds out that his father is Ego, the living planet, which basically has godlike powers, and he finds out that, well, he's got hidden godlike powers too, being the son of this Celestial. And when he has to fight his father to stop him from taking over the universe at the end, he manifests a giant Pac-Man around himself to attack his father. Attacking his father with Pac-Man. Sound effects included. I love that. Referential humor, I love that. Also, speaking about video games, the Sovereign, the aliens that kind of are a recurring antagonist throughout the movie, they fly their ships by remote, and they have their flight control center set up like an arcade with arcade sound effects. But again, like 80s referential humor. I love that. There's cartoonish humor, which they get away with in this movie. They've got a point in the movie where Ravagers are trying to track down the Guardians for the bounty that's on them. Rocket's one of the only ones, there, but he's set up traps for them. He's got one trap where it just, creates this, energy bubble or something that just shoots them straight up into the air. He's got, two of them. And he's just going back and forth, shooting one group of Ravagers up in the air here, and then another one goes back and forth. I was like, that's, cartoony. And then, to get even more cartoony, there's a point in which they're making jumps. They just call them jumps. I guess they're hyperspace jumps, but they never say what they use, like hyperspace or whatever. And they say, it's dangerous to do more than 50, and we're about to do 700 of them. And you see why it's dangerous. It distorts their faces, like very cartoonish ways. And I'm like, they get away with it in this movie, and I love them for it. And it's more than just the humor. That Yondu, at the end, a movie's doing something right when it can make you cry for Yondu. His sacrifice to save Peter at the end, that gets you. And you don't expect that from this kind of movie. I mean, to an extent, because the first movie had that We Are Groot moment, but, not to this level. I mean, they really made you feel for this character. Him stepping up and, just realizing that he's been Peter's father all along. His real father is the father that's been there for him. And just saving Peter. And I could feel it starting again on my second viewing when he says to Rocket, I've never done a good thing in my life. You gotta give me this one. It's gonna happen again. Later on, I can know it's gonna happen again. Because I know what's coming at that point. That's the thing about this movie, and that's why it's better than the first one, I think. It's because you're getting so much deeper into the heart of these characters, and they're great characters. And we're just really seeing who they are, really in depth. in this movie. And it's goofy at the same time. It's everything that life is. It's funny, it's sad, it's a ride, it's everything. And it's still my second favorite movie ever, because I don't think anything can match the amount of sheer fun I had at Avengers Age of Ultron, which is my first favorite movie of all time. But, if you've got to see this movie. If you're watching this, you've probably seen it already. See it again. I just love it. I love this movie. And Marvel. Marvel is on such a roll. My 2 top favorite movies of all time now are Marvel movies. They know what they're doing. They really do. I gotta give it to them. Good purchase on the part of Disney when they got that. Oh. Alright. Go see the movie. That's all I can say. That's a wrap.